Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. I'm your host, Louis Beans, and I'm here with Merc with the mic.
What is going on, world?
Chillin', Merc. How you doing?
We are at the end this week of our 2
The final
decades of
Oh,
superhero
snap.
and comic book movies from 1978 to 2000. Just
Not
to
that
continue.
bad. It's not that bad. I still don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But this week's movie is X-Men.
Yes, we finish off with X-Men. Not the good one.
The Bryan Singer X-Men.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll give our verdict towards the end of the cast. I just want to say that we're complete of this 2 decades of superhero movies that we started. Honestly, we started last year around this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and kind of helped us go through a lot of the COVID stuff. Just the fact that it was always a conversation to talk about. So I'm always glad to do these. That's the reason why of us continuing it from 2000 to 2022 stuff. I'm fine with it because again, it always gives us a conversation to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So
This
it's
is
always
true.
extra stuff anyway. So we didn't get to talk about this on the Wrestling Babble, so we'll just throw it on here. Triple H fully announced his retirement from in
Yes,
ring
sir.
action. He had to, there was no way of him findangling it or anything like that. He had to retire, and
Oh man, you said something else to remind me. Kurt, what's his name? Curtis something? Dango.
yeah,
He says
yeah,
he's stepping away from the ring. Yeah.
yeah,
That sucks.
yeah. I got to see him in Northeast Wrestling. He was actually pretty good. He was actually
Oh,
funny.
nice.
Yeah, so I got to see
Nice.
him. But yeah, Triple H is out in ring. He's still backstage. He's still doing that, but he's slowing down. So that's the reason why he kind of had to let go of NXT and things like that because he could not deal with it. He couldn't take it. So he's back into things, but he's not like running like how Vince McMahon is running every day. Like he's kind of like a little. He pulled it back a little bit. He had to.
Yeah, he had a health scare.
Yeah.
Turns out it was more than a health scare. It was almost his life was almost over scare.
Yeah.
So I think he in a recent interview he had mentioned he's like, you know what? I got a family.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with him.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's still going to be working in his office duties.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But
He
he's
just won't be,
slowed down a bit, and that's good. That's a good thing for his health.
Yes, he
He has
just won't
3
be surprising
daughters.
anybody at WrestleMania. That's
Yeah.
all.
He has 3 daughters that are his world. So right now, that's his time. That's his focus. Is his daughters and then like that. But yeah, if he decided he didn't want to be part of it, he could easily step away and they'll still be fine. But he still works backstage. He's still scouting people and things like that. So he's still in the mix. It's just that he's not going to wrestle inside the ring anymore. So thank you, Triple H,
Yes, sir.
for a great career.
Do you have a favorite Triple H moment?
He has a lot. Like again, I love his DX when actually I think I enjoyed DX more when it was him, X-Pac, and like Road Dogg, Billy Gunn time than the original one of him and HBK.
Well, wasn't it like well, yeah, no, it was just the two of them in China. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
right.
yeah. So I actually liked the second version of the DX more. I think they were a bit more funnier. They did a lot more. They got away with a lot more. That's when they were the big baby faces and stuff like that. And that was like the beginning of his run too. Like I remember him versus The Rock at WrestleMania for the ladder match. No, it wasn't no, it was SummerSlam ladder match at MS Square Garden for the IC title. I remember he was always probably one of the best heels in the game. What he did with NXT, I think that's where my love for Triple H really started coming out more, is the fact that what he did with NXT.
I like when he kidnapped the boss's daughter, drugged her, and took her to marry her. just to piss off Vince.
And now they have
And
three
then it
kids
turns
in
out
that era.
years later he would actually fall in love with
Yeah.
and marry that same woman. That's
Hmm.
insanity. No, this was not real. Yes, Triple H is a character.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
but it's crazy.
yeah, but yeah, he
he
has a lot of
also
memories though.
he also in the funeral home.
Oh god.
There's another
Okay,
storyline.
you
I'm not
Vic.
really going to go too much into detail,
Yeah,
but
he has some low. He had some low points
no moments. I think that was one of the funniest things he's ever done.
too.
That's insane.
Oh man.
I can't see another human being in the world doing that.
Yeah.
That's insane. No, actually, maybe I could.
But the outcry of love from all the wrestling community for Triple H was always nice to see as well. So definitely, yeah, wish for the best, man.
I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he made it to retirement. There
Yeah.
you go. He made it to. He's not the cop. I got one more week to retirement, and then you know what happens to that guy. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad you made it, Triple H.
If you're a fan of this band, they had a big, sad week as well. The drummer of Foo Fighters.
Oh, yeah, I heard. I've probably heard the music in passing. I'm not an active fan,
Yeah.
so I don't know their names. I just
Yeah.
know
So
the lead guy was Dave Grohl, or is that a different band?
Dave Grohl's the lead. He's the lead singer. He was also the drummer in Nirvana. His band Foo
Okay.
Fighters. His drummer, the drummer of that band, Taylor Hawkins, he passed away.
Gotcha.
That was sad. Like I actually was a big fan of that band. I actually have a lot of memories with my sister, as in like maybe 3 years in a row. Me and her
Mm-hmm.
pretty much bought each other tickets for our birthdays to go see them, because they had a show each for 3 years straight. They had a show in New York City those 3 months, like on our birthdays. 3 years in a
Cool.
row. So
Cool.
we sold them like 3 times. We bought each other tickets for our birthday, because me and my sister's birthday are 3 years and a day apart. So I'm July 14th, she's July 13th. So
Okay.
the concerts are always in that week, so we line up going, and they're a fucking hell of a band. They have a lot of great songs and things like that. So sad to hear like another person passing away, but this drummer was actually quite good.
I hear. I did that. Well, that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Because I've seen again in passing, but then just seeing, of course, usually when somebody like that passes, they have footage of what they used to do.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that man was talented.
Oh, and that's the one that
That man
they
was
say
talented.
it looks like Edge.
I guess, yeah, I guess
That's
see
how
it. I
he-
can see it. Looks
he-
like Edge now. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
No,
Definitely.
he honestly says, like, between Edge and him, they always get described. He's like, oh, you look like the guy from the Foo Fighters, and then the guy from the Foo Fighters, oh,
see
you
that.
know, he looked like that wrestler Edge. Edge was
I
a
can see
huge
that,
fan of them. He
100%.
actually became really good friends with them as well.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah, that was a sad thing to hear. But
Mhm.
yeah, what else? I finished
I guess I could go to
Horizon.
positive.
Huh?
Before you go into that,
Yeah.
I just wanted to go into positive news. We'll get
Yeah.
back to Horizon.
Go ahead.
But since we went down a kind of negative rabbit hole, let's do some positive. We like to talk about Fortnite in a joking way. 'Cause I
Yeah,
always ask Merc when we gonna play.
Yeah.
But now we might actually play
yeah,
because they took out the building, son.
yeah.
They got rid of it. Not permanently. There was a new update for, I believe it's it's chapter 3, season 2 is what Fortnite is up to right now.
Yeah,
Obviously there's new skins and whatnot, but the biggest change was them taking out the building mode in the main mode, right? That's the star of the show, really. When you see Fortnite being played, it's people building things and then
Yeah.
shooting each other.
Hint
So
the
now
fort in the name.
There you go.
You
But
build
now
forts.
they've gone and made it more of a straightforward battle royal game,
Okay.
and it seems like it's more fun
Go.
for people who want to just shoot people with
Nice.
ridiculous cartoony characters, because you still have the destruction element. You know what I mean? Like the structures that are in the environment you can break them down and whatnot. It's just you can't. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're losing all the functionality. It's a different type of battle royal now. So that looks cool. I got to see a bunch of people streaming it. But the
Yeah.
real reason I wanted to bring it up was because they announced, I believe it was Epic, that they announced that they were giving 100% of the proceeds from any money earned from March 20th until April, I think 2nd it is. And that's going towards the Ukraine like humanitarian effort, which is cool. Like
Nice.
help people out because bad things are going down, right?
Yeah.
But the other cool news is that in a week, possibly less than a week, they have made $70 million for that effort.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous.
All them
So that's
kids
cool.
stealing their mommy's money. It's fucked up.
A lot of credit cards
For
just
good
being
cause, though.
mysteriously charged.
It's for good cause, though.
It's for a good cause. Yeah.
It's just
Let little
kids.
Timmy take a car.
Yeah, so just kids. When your mom yells at you why you took it, say it's for the good cause.
I'm trying to save people.
There you go. There you go. Oh man,
that's
Nitro's supposed to be coming soon in Fortnite.
They're not there yet.
No, they were announced. They just haven't showed up yet.
Cause I know the Spider-Man all over the place, but there's no turtles. Huh. Okay. I saw Blade too. Yeah, Blade.
Yeah.
Looks dope.
And I think Xbox Game Pass is giving all the Marvel characters for free.
That's cool. Also, yeah, this article also mentions that Microsoft is donating as well towards the effort.
Nice.
So that's cool.
Nice. So I finished Horizon.
Yes. Get back to this. Sorry.
No, it's all good. It was a good game. It's a lot of game. It's a big game. Like I felt overwhelmed when I first opened the map and I saw how big it was. I was like, holy shit. But the moment there's a part where you unlock a flying animal that you can actually ride. It made it a little easier to travel back and forth around because he just flew and it made it easier to get to places. Other than that, the game had a really interesting story. My little gripe is the main character. I felt that she was kind of a boring character. I wish she had more depth to her character. Other than that, like the game itself is a beautiful game. Probably one of the best looking PS5 games that has came out like right after Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, because that game is beautiful as well. I recommend it. I give it a 4 or 5. It's really fun. A really fun game. Really good gameplay. A lot of exploring. Will make you want to explore because how beautiful the world is. Make you discover all the beasts and things like that. There's a big ass like dinosaur looking bat that tries to fucking kill you. It's crazy. It's fun. Definitely check it out. Horizon Forbidden West. Check that out.
You recommend the PS5 version, right? If you can get one, right?
If you could get one. It's also available on PS4. So if you don't have PS5, you can play on PS4. I say the biggest difference of the two it may be slightly cleaner on PS5 and the load times. I think those are the two big things that you'll notice the difference.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Any updates on Elden Ring?
I fought a giant cat that turned into an ancient Egyptian cat with a giant sword. I don't know what's going on. What's happening in this game?
Did you win?
We no, I did not win.
No.
I did not win for a long time, and then I beat it once.
Nice.
And that was it. That's all you need in Elden Ring. You get your ass whooped hundreds of times. You just need to win one time.
You need that one good game.
That's it. I'll never see you again because you'll be gone out of that room. So give me what you got.
Nice.
So basically, I'm at the end of the game.
Cool.
That's actually, like, I'm probably just maybe minutes away from walking into the last boss's room. So the only thing I'm doing is cleaning up side quests before I go beat the game.
Cool.
Because the thing about the game is, yes, it's difficult. And once you get to the end, you don't want to not finish quests on New Game because you put on New Game Plus, then you turn it into a nightmare. That's all I'm saying.
It gets harder, yeah.
So you don't want to do that. So I'm just trying to finish up everything. Maybe I'll start a new game, but like I said, for the channel, I'm gonna start a completely new game. You know what I mean? Fresh.
Nice.
So that also involves me giving a stiff fu to Sony
Yeah.
because I have to buy another controller
Goddamn them.
because their the DualSense original white version PS5 controller has been nothing but problems for me. Is actually getting worse over time. Now both of my sticks have some form of drift on them,
Oh damn.
and it's just is unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not.
They charge you $75 to $80 for a brand new controller, and it's unacceptable. Like I understand that when it works properly, it is probably one of the best game controllers that exists. I understand that.
Yeah.
That's not the experience that I've had though.
Oh, that sucks.
Like since month one, it's been not good. It's been not good, and I cannot recommend it to anybody. Like maybe like I said, last week there were 3 new colors, and then they said that there were work done to the internals of those controllers, and they could possibly be better. They confirmed the triggers.
Yeah.
The sticks have been changed, but there is, at least as of yet, I've seen no articles come out because that's how I knew about it. I read an article. There has been nothing that came out emphatically saying, yes, we have fixed controller drift on these sticks here. So I'm waiting for somebody to come out and say it because it's just, I don't want to waste my money. I'm about to buy a used ass controller because it's PC, man. You can use whatever. You can use a brick as long as it has a USB port on it. You know what I'm saying? And an analog stick and some D-pads and whatnot. Like that's about it because I'm tired. I'm about to just go to a Microsoft controller and just call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, they're slightly cheaper.
It's bugging me.
Yeah, they're slightly cheaper too.
Yeah, they are. They are.
So.
Because I'm not getting Elite, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
I can't. Like, I had the first run of the Elite controllers, and I didn't pay the full price. I think I got it for like $80. But I never used any of the features, like the extending buttons or anything like that. I didn't use none of that. I was like,
and how did it hold up for you?
Shit. Huh?
But how does it hold up for you?
The only thing I had issues with that controller is the fact that the rubber covering that they have on the controller, like towards the back of the control, mine's came out on the right side, and it's very uncomfortable now.
They don't, but that wasn't one of the parts that you could like replace for a different type. Oh, it's not.
No, it was not. You had to bring it to like a store or something like that, like an independent store in order for them to put it back, and they tried to charge you like $40 for that shit.
Even the mighty has fallen.
Yep.
That's what.
Yep. But then it was the first edition, so the second edition I haven't even looked at, so I can't tell you the difference of the two. So.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It's just a bad situation all around because again, it puts a hindrance on me making videos because I can't put out videos when I can't play the game properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'll just put it out there. I sometimes have to struggle with the right analog stick to keep the camera from drifting.
Yeah,
you would see that in a video.
Yeah,
so that's not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. So,
and it's not good in Elden Ring to play that anyway.
Yeah,
it sucks.
Yeah,
like it really does.
That will suck.
So I'm probably gonna just look into getting an older controller because on PC there's not many games, if any, that take advantage of the DualShock, like DualSense as of yet. I think maybe the PC ports of God of War, and Horizon might. God of War probably does. Horizon was an older game, so it probably doesn't. But like, I don't really think there's anything that I'm gonna miss. Except for the feedback, the haptic feedback. It does work on games that support it, and it is good. It is good. It probably has some of the best rumble of any controller. Like, I think.
Oh, nice.
The way it does. But it's just unfortunate. The sticks, man. The sticks.
Yeah. And
it's not like I'm picking on it because it's universal in controllers.
Yeah.
The Switch has that problem.
Yeah.
I'm sure older Xbox controllers have that problem. Like it's a universal thing.
Yeah.
It's just how fast it happened to me. It just makes me mad.
Yeah.
it did it. It did instead of being just that one issue. It ends up turning into both of them, and I'm like, nah, man, you
Yeah.
gotta come on, man. This is a joke. So
Yeah, that
I'll keep
sucks.
you informed on what this controller decision I make.
Yeah.
So
I'll look up and see if anything's on sale too, because they do put them on sale here and there. The Xbox ones.
yeah, yeah, definitely
Um,
leaning in that direction. So
I did get some my Turtle Super Sevens in the four turtles, and they're fucking badass.
okay, now is it just the main four?
Yeah, it's the main four turtles.
Gotcha.
I pre-ordered them like a year and like a half ago, so they finally came in. I actually took them out the box a little bit, not fully taken out, but they have like a box sleeve that you could take them out and you see them through the window of the box, and they look sick. They all look sick. Again, like I said, Super 7 does remasters of the original Toy Series, and they like 100% look like the figures. I actually have a stand-by-stand, side-by-side one of Leonardo, because I have the original Leonardo figure up on my shelf, and I compared it to the Super 7 one. It's quite close, like very close. And they even have the brown weapons. You remember the weapons used to come in the brown thing? They even have the weapons in brown as well.
Is the pizza or is it the pizza cutting weapon?
It's in there.
No, but I'm saying, what
It's
does
a
it
cutting
look
weapon.
like? Okay.
I think it is a cutting weapon. I remember it being. I remember people saying that it was a pizza, and I never realized it was a pizza till, like, it didn't occur to me it was a pizza. I always thought it was like a blade or some shit. So
Yeah, me too.
yeah,
But then I saw it like, wait a second, that's not really a weapon, is it?
yeah,
There is a weapon like that,
yeah.
but it's not held like that. So I don't. That's that. Yeah, man. There has to be a Q&A with the sculptors. Somebody had to ask that question for real.
Yeah, they're pretty dope though. I'm actually really happy with that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so that was my update of things. Oh, also, I caught the robot Bebop and Rocksteady on Target's HaluvaCon on like Target.com. So I was able to get those. I was able to get one of those, and I was able to get Bronx from Gargoyles.
Oh, cool.
So now I'm like,
so
fuck.
you ordered them, or did you straight up pick them up?
I ordered them, so they're.
Okay.
I think they're coming in this week, so I'll have those soon.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my figure update.
All right, good stuff. So let's see. Are we gonna get into this X-Men extravaganza?
The X-Men. Yes, let's do this.
X-Men. Okay, Mark, do you remember the Konami arcade game?
Yeah.
And do you remember Magneto saying X chicken? I don't know if you heard
X what?
that. He says at one point X chicken.
X chicken.
Yes, he calls the X-Men X chicken.
It's
just a voice clip.
You know what? I wouldn't pass it.
There's a voice clip in there. He says that. It stuck with me all these years. Also, the fact that you can interrupt him when you see him, I think that's always hilarious.
There you go.
He has like a speech, and you can just hit him.
There you go.
I still like the X-Men arcade game more than X-Men of 2000, rated PG-13. It is 1 hour and 44 minutes.
Yep.
But I gave it a fair shot.
Yeah.
This movie is directed by Bryan Singer.
Yep.
Don't miss him.
He got in trouble.
You don't miss him. Writers Tom DeSanto, Bryan Singer, and David Hayter.
Yep.
Solid Snake himself.
Yep.
Did write for the X-Men movie. I do remember that. It's probably why it's not so bad. It's probably why Hugh Jackman. I think he wrote for Hugh Jackman. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Okay.
Because he just he's the best character in this movie. To me, he's like the best character. Rogue, I can't stand her. She seems like she's slightly slow.
My biggest thing.
I'm sorry.
My biggest thing
She
with
does
this
things.
movie, it was a Wolverine movie and not a X-Men movie.
That's a knock against it, or the knock.
That was my
for
issue.
it?
That was my issue with it because I liked the other X-Men. I like Cyclops. We were very few people that like Cyclops, and I actually liked the character. I would liked I liked the Xavier and Magneto storyline, and Magneto made a lot of sense. His plot didn't make a lot of sense, but what his revenge and what he wanted to do made sense because they treated him like shit. So he wanted to treat the humankind like shit. That makes sense. And he was like doing the concentration camp.
He wasn't going
like
to treat
that.
them like shit. He was going to make them mutants, so they knew how it felt.
Yeah,
That's what he wanted to do. He called them brothers.
he called them brothers.
Oh, that's what he said when he turned the man into the fish. He was like, brother.
He said that out of spite though.
And I think David Hayter wrote that line because that just
Yeah.
reminded me of Metal Gear Solid. Brother.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I still have my issues with this movie. That has not changed. I think Hugh Jackman was great. Oh, we didn't even get into the actors and
No,
actresses.
yeah, it's all good. We still got we know who's in this movie.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, I liked the cast. Like Patrick Stewart as Xavier, I thought he was great. Ian McKellen as Eric as Magneto. I liked him as a lot too. It made a lot of sense. A lot. I remember when this movie came out, people were bitching that Magneto was old, and I was like, no, Magneto has to be the same age as Xavier because they went through the whole shit together. So no matter what age is Xavier, Magneto has to be around the same age as him.
Well, he didn't get de-aged at that point
Yeah.
in current timeline because at some point they de-aged Magneto.
Well, they de-aged
remember
him.
when-
Yeah.
Remember after Age of Apocalypse?
Yeah,
That's when
but-
they de-aged him.
yeah.
He came back younger for some reason.
Yeah. But in the original concept of the comic, it was like that they were the same age because they went through the studies together.
I
and things like
understand.
that too. Yeah.
I understand, but
'Cause-
they weren't going. They clearly were not going off popular.
No, they weren't. Joseph.
Not opinion. This movie has one of the worst lines I think ever. Oh, what you expect? Yellow spandex. Yes,
I wanted the yellow spandex.
but they learn they see this movie. They
Yeah.
learn their lesson,
Yeah.
trying to be one thing, and then they end up having to kowtow and cater because that's how it's supposed to be. Superheroes aren't supposed to be this realistic, militaristic looking force
Yeah.
that dresses in all black. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be bright and colorful because they got to give people hope.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Anyway, that's one of the main. That's actually one of the main reasons I dislike the movie because they kind of don't understand the concept of the superhero costume in the first place.
Yes. 100%.
So that is one thing I hold in very high contempt against this movie.
Yeah.
It's not about being flashy and colorful. You're supposed to give people hope. Like when people
Yeah.
see that, they go, "Yo, that's crazy."
Like even
That blue and yellow
yeah.
dude is doing some crazy
Yeah.
stuff. That's cool.
I would even took
what I
it
mean?
like something of a remake of the original suits, like the yellow and blue suits, but they went straight out full leather and shit like that. I did not like the costumes whatsoever.
And here's the thing: I don't remember the series,
yeah.
but then an artist took the concept of the movie suits and then made it better by adding the gold into the suits.
Yeah.
Because then you had that weird looking beast, that Wolverine with no shirt on.
Oh, the Mexican.
But then you
looking
had
one.
like the Cyclops with a big ass X,
Yeah.
the big gold X, the leather jacket. Like again, I don't think those are the best costumes.
Yeah.
That's
Grant
not what I'm trying to say.
Morrison's. Yeah.
It's not what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But when he basically showed there is a way to take the realism and
Yeah.
still make it look fantastical to some degree.
Yeah.
They didn't do that in this one. It was straight up black on black.
I'm black on
So,
actually,
costumes-
one thing that the leather did have, it did have highlighted colors. Like Wolverine's actually had the blue and yellow on the X and shit, and on the claw parts of the leather. So you had to look really close, and you actually see the different colors on the actual leather. I think Storm's was a lighter blue and white, and like Cyclops was red. Yeah.
You talking about the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The,
Really?
the stitches were different colors. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, the stitches.
Like if when you see the X-Men costume, like when you see the claw part of Wolverine's suit, of the leather suit, it's in like yellow or is like in a yellow color and shit.
Was that like redone? Because in this suit, he got a generic suit and he cut holes in it with his claws, and this it wasn't like they gave him a
It was
spare
the
suit or
last. It was
something,
the last. No, they gave him a suit in towards the ending of the movie. He had his
hmm
own. Yeah, yeah,
and he was like fidgeting around with the neck because it didn't fit right.
yeah. He just didn't
I
like the suit.
remember it.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember it.
So like if you
But I'm
look
just saying it.
closely at the X and stuff like that, he has highlight like it has colors in there.
That's not. I'm not giving that no play. Sorry,
No,
bro.
no, I ain't. No, I'm not saying it's a great. I'm not saying it's a good thing. This is something I just noticed recently. I was like, oh shit,
Oh,
they
you
actually
see,
had
you say
colors.
like you look at the picture right
Yeah,
now, you
yeah,
can see it. I
yeah,
got
yeah,
you. I got you.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give him no credit. They kiss my ass.
Yeah.
So this movie stars Hugh Jackman as Logan / Wolverine, Patrick Stewart as Professor Charles Xavier, Ian McKellen as Eric Linser / Magneto, Famke Janssen as Jean Grey, James Marsden as Scott Summers / Cyclops, Holly Barrett as Aurora Monroe / Storm, Anna Paquin as Rogue. She has a name. She says Mary. I'm mad. That's not here.
Yeah,
Um, Tyler Mane as Sabretooth.
yeah. You know
Ray
he was
Park
jobbed in
as
WCW
Toad.
once.
Tyler Mane?
Yep.
Was it post? Like,
Um.
well, no, it was 2000. So, I mean, did he go to WCW the year it died?
No, no, no.
Job
He
or no?
jobbed like
Okay.
maybe 96, 97.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, listen, he's clearly the biggest person there.
Yeah.
So, makes sense that he's a wrestler at one
Yeah.
point.
He was a wrestler. Not a good one,
Rebecca
but he
Romaine
was.
as Mystique. Um, let's see who else. Oh yeah, Bruce Davison as Senator Kelly.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't see him. Matthew Sharp as Henry Gyrich. I don't remember Henry Gyrich in the movie.
I don't know him that much either.
He didn't stand out too much in the movie. He's a key character. So
Yeah.
funny. Brett Morris as young Magneto. They have. I guess we could. I mean, who else was really like
Ray
a
Park.
main person? Because no, I got Ray Park
Oh, he
because he
did.
was told.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's all.
I mean,
You know.
just the kids, because the thing is, they had the kids at the New Mutants were some of the New Mutants were in here, so they had, let's see, Samela K as Kitty Pryde / Shadowcat, Sean Ashmore as Bobby Drake / Iceman. He stayed on. Stayed on as Iceman. I know he's in X2. Katarina Florence, excuse me, as Jubilee. I'm assuming she's not the same Jubilee because they don't have her picture here.
Yeah.
Alex Burton I remember him. Yeah, he was in the classroom as
Yeah.
John Allardyce / Pyro.
Yep. Yep.
And Quinn Wright as Lily Pond Kid. I think that's about everybody they like showed up close that was a New Mutant that you could see and be like, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
Even Lily Pond Kid doesn't really have a name. No, I don't know who you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
So that out of the way, I mean, yeah, you're kind of right. This is a Wolverine tale.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's a 50-50 split between him and Magneto and Professor X. For like who's the main people in the story. Because once Professor X comes onto the scene and we're introduced to his rivalry with Magneto, is pretty much split between Wolverine and Rogue, and then Magneto and Professor X.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the main four standouts of the
Yeah.
movie. Like we are introduced to very early on. We're introduced to, was it Cyclops and Storm? Because there's an instance where. So I guess we should start with. It really starts off with Rogue,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
They go through Rogue's, like, the story that everybody knows about her is the kiss with her and Cody. And she kisses her boyfriend, or I guess, crush or whatever. They don't really go into it. It's her. She's a teenager. They're in their room. They're studying for something. Then they end up kissing, and then like 3 seconds later, he's got the veins and he's convulsing because her power. She's taking the life essence out of him. She doesn't know what's going on. He's busy convulsing in the bed, freaking out. Parents come up, and she's bugged out because she knows what happened.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, and they're trying to get the cops, and she's like, "Don't touch me, don't touch me." And then we go to Wolverine.
Yes.
We go to the pit, the fight pit, or wherever they are.
Yep.
They don't exactly say where they are, but they have to be close because he's not in Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he has to be in the South because of Rogue. Because she hitchhikes somewhere, but like, how far does she hitchhike to Alaska or something? I mean, like, how far does she get?
I don't know. I have a feeling she was up in north anyway. So
She does look up north. It does look
Yeah.
like she might have gotten to like Alaska, or
even though
something,
she
or
was
maybe
supposed to be from
someplace
the
like
south.
or maybe she was somewhere like North Dakota or something. Maybe like
Yeah.
I imagine she did not leave the United States.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we at least, and then they don't. Although they do use real city names for certain things, I think the
Yeah.
place she went to see Wolverine, I don't think that was a real place. So again, don't know exactly where they are, but then we go to Wolverine, who's off. We don't know who he is, but we see a man like fighting in a cage environment.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yo, they Street Fighter? What's happening? Is that Vega?" And then so he's basically using his mutant powers to get booze and money, but they don't really. It's funny. Mark, they're in the bar.
Yeah.
He wins his fight, right? The guy challenges him. Oh, I'll take him, whatever. And he's like, just don't punch him in the balls. He'll
Yeah.
take that personal.
Yeah.
And he goes, huh? And then, he fights Wolverine. He hits him and then kicks him in the balls. And then Wolverine, like, straight up punches his fist as he's punching him. And you hear the metal. And then, so, it's on. He knocks the dude out and whatever. Now, at that point, Merc, aren't they still in the same place in the bar? Because then Rogue approaches him, right? She's curious to know what the hell he is. She's sitting there just sipping on water. She's looking at him, staring at him.
Yeah.
And then the news story comes on about mutants. And then, like, you can kind of tell they're hinting at they both have some type of shared interest in the mutant story, right?
Yeah.
The guy comes up to them from the fight and goes, "Hey, man, you owe me money. I know what you are." And then proceeds to harass him. Wolverine pops the claws. And the bartender pulls the shotgun and is like, "Get the hell out of here."
Yeah.
Now, at that point, I go, Merc, weren't they just cage fighting in the bar?
Yeah.
How the hell does the bartender not know that Wolverine's a mutant when the announcer to the cage is literally saying he's got powers, he's good, no man can take a beating like him? I'm lost. Like, what? That makes no sense. So already this movie's it's got continuity issues with some of the stuff going on.
Those are something continuity issues that I had also is the continuity of Wolverine having a metal body. And
when?
So in the Fight Club, when he got kicked in the balls, you constantly hear when people swing at him, they swing at metal. Right? So wouldn't him punching someone would knock the living shit out of somebody?
Yes.
So this is going to be a constant thing because when we go through these X-Men movies, these are the inconsistencies of Wolverine and his metal body. Because I remember one of the things, and this is not even in this movie. This was, I think, the third one, when Juggernaut like fully punched Wolverine in the face, and he just ate it, like just went like Undertaker, like left and right. When in the comic books, his ass would have went through like 5 houses.
This is true.
There's gonna be throughout all these X-Men movies, there's gonna be inconsistency of how his powers are working, things like that. And then that was also thing, the whole antimanium shit, is the fact that was a constant thing. Like there was a lot of scenes they would hurt themselves if they fought him like that. So how they did not know there was something wrong with him, and they fight him, and all they feel is metal.
I just don't understand how the bartender in the bar with the cage, with the guy screaming out that he's not a normal man,
Yeah.
didn't understand and tried to shoot him in the back of the head.
Yeah.
That made no sense to me.
No.
But we get from there, the claws pop out, and they leave. He has a cool scene where he cuts the shotgun in half and whatnot. The whole thing is basically he's on the move, right?
Yeah.
That's it. His covers are blown. He can't make any more money. He has to go. Rogue is with him. Is gonna follow him because she's got nowhere to go. She's a runaway.
Yeah.
She knows he's a mutant. She hitches a ride in his little, his little trailer. He could tell because he's Wolverine. He's got them other senses.
Yeah.
And like wants to leave her, but it's you're mutants. If you leave her, something bad is more than likely going to happen to her.
Yeah.
So he takes him with her. He takes her with him, right?
Yeah.
And then slowly they're making their way to wherever, and that's when Sabretooth shows up.
Yeah.
And they could be kind of cool. I think he looked like a bum.
He looked like a hobo, a mighty hobo.
He just looked like the biggest bum you've ever seen.
It's scary mode. You don't want to see him in the alley though.
He's been eating good. He found some weights.
Yeah.
He got the jungle gym. You know what I'm saying? That's how he got buff. And he's been eating good. But yeah, you got Wolverine. Wolverine getting tossed around, literally just tossed around by Sabretooth in the beginning. And then there's a fire that starts in the camper, and that's where we get the X-Men showing up. Like I said, Storm and Cyclops show up very early in the movie to save them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we get to the Xavier Institute. So again, it's not that the movie's full of holes. It's just that certain things with the powers, they still were not getting right, or they were trying to embellish and make their own stuff, do things their own way. Yeah. We don't get to that Juggernaut stuff till later, though. So he doesn't get to fight anybody else for the rest of this thing. The rest of his stuff is more mutant on mutant action. So So you get that, and you get less of them messing things up, except the costumes. I mean, it's not a bad story. Here's the thing. They give you flashes of the Wolverine origin story. That's cool. You don't have to go through it. They end up going through it later. That's fine. Yeah. But this is the first movie. So it's not like... The one thing I will give this movie credit for that I hate and appreciate about superhero movies. I hate seeing the Batman... the parents die in every movie, right?
Yeah.
But when you start a new series, you got to do it some way, right?
Yeah.
And so this is X-Men. The X-Men origin is not really that tragic, but they're not going to do the 5 originals in the big yellow costume fighting in the streets and fighting Magneto. They're not going to do that. So I get it. We have Cyclops and we have Jean and we have Storm. There's an established cast already.
Yeah.
Like we get that, but at least you see how we get to the team that they're making. You get to see how Wolverine joins this team. You get to see how Rogue joins this team. So to some degree, you do get to see the formation of this new X-Men team, like the finality of this new X-Men team, right? At least how they wanted it in the first movie. You know what I'm saying? Like again, it's not that bad of an X-Men movie. I feel. It's just that for 2000 and the way they were framing this as kind of a F off to the comics is not as good. It doesn't hold its weight to be held against the comics. It's like they were trying so hard to be edgy and say, look at us make our own X-Men.
Yeah.
Instead of being on the same side as the fans, they were going against the fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree with that.
And for the product they end up putting out, no, you didn't. I don't feel you succeeded. I'm sure lots of people watched it, so lots of people liked it.
Yeah.
My personal feeling, to have that attitude and make the movie, you did not do a good enough job.
Yeah.
Not in this first movie.
Nope.
I thought all of the fight scenes were trash.
Oh yeah.
I thought the choreography was trash. This is a movie that has this is pre. I don't want to say pre Matrix because it's not. It's around the same time, but this is one of those movies that had that fighting type where it's flash the camera around
Yeah.
a whole bunch, except the Mystique fight. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
The way they made Mystique move around, I thought was awesome because like the way she slithers, the way she slides, the way she's unrealistically acrobatic, I thought was very cool. But like when Toad and Sabretooth and them are fighting and like they're fighting the X-Men and they're going through what was that
Yeah.
the bottom floor of the Statue of Liberty and whatnot,
Yeah.
the visitor center and whatnot.
Yeah.
I thought that was ass. I
Oh,
thought
that was-
they had a guy who can fight his ass off in Ray Park, and the only scene you get to see him do something cool physically on his own without wire work is when he takes the stick out of the elevator and twirls it like a badass.
Yeah. That was
Every
it.
other time Ray Parker's on screen, there's wire work and he's
Using the tongue.
haphazardly, yes, the tongue and the wire work. It's
Yeah.
like because he's jumping.
Yeah.
So all his action scenes are him jumping all over the place, but the wire work is bad.
This goes into Spawn, as in like you hired this guy that knows martial arts and should be doing martial arts, and he kicks one person throughout the whole movie and just uses guns for the rest.
Yeah,
This is a sad thing. You had a
Yeah.
lot of potential until actually doing these martial art things, and yeah, the fight scenes in this movie, I don't care what anyone says, they were all trash. Besides Mystique, yeah, I give you credit with the Mystique one because they made her look different. She moved different, and even the one when she actually fought Wolverine, and you saw like the fact that her claws were fake, so he cut them shits easily. Wouldn't that shit hurt the hell out of her though? Like isn't that like breaking her nail or something?
I don't know because I don't know how powers work
Yeah.
really. Like she's one of the mutants. You have a general idea,
Yeah.
but when she makes something that's a part of like a Wolverine claw, I don't know how that physically works with her. I don't. Like it could be her nails. It would make sense if it was her nails.
Yeah.
But that could also be like a part of her hand. I don't know, man.
And wouldn't her hitting Wolverine hurt her?
No, because they go through the lengths to make it seem like she's stronger than a normal person. They actually do the work
Yeah.
in that movie to make it seem like she's stronger than a normal. Like she's not regular strength with shape-shifting powers. She's clearly stronger than a normal person.
Okay.
And she clearly can heal because she gets stabbed in the chest and you see it.
Yeah, you do.
So that's another thing.
Yeah.
Or
Did she?
either she healed or she made her body form around the claws into a Mystique with claw marks in
Yeah.
her. So you know what I'm saying? Something very convoluted
Yeah.
that they would probably do in the comic books. You know how
Yeah.
because she's clearly not dead. She is in all three movies,
Yeah.
obviously.
Fucking.
I thought the part with the senator was a cool idea.
Yeah.
I just don't think he should have died because that character doesn't die like that.
Yeah.
Like that's an established character.
Yeah.
Like and they just kill him in the first movie.
He's
I
supposed to
was
like get a new leaf out of shit like towards the ending of the movie, you know? Like
That's the
and he
whole
just
yeah,
killed him.
that's the yeah, that was the whole thing. His thing was he has a redemption arc where he knew he was wrong and then he changes the legislation and that's why they don't get the mutant legislation. And then
Yeah.
you have the Guy Rich guy with the other dude that makes the Sentinels.
Yes.
That's how it was supposed. Yeah. So again, they do go and change things to the way they want it to be. I don't agree with it 100%. You know what I mean? So it doesn't make it a better movie. I don't feel.
No. So what you're giving this movie?
Let's say I give it a. I want to give it a 2.75, but I'll give it a 3.
3. Okay.
I thought Wolverine was good. I thought the best character in the movie was Wolverine. Hugh Jackman did his thing.
So
I thought Patrick Stewart did his thing. I think Ian McKellen did his thing.
Yes.
And I like Cyclops in the movie.
Yeah.
So
So your threes consist of Superman 3, Steel, Inspector Gadget, Guyver, Virus, The Shadow.
I'm gonna put it over Inspector Gadget.
Okay. X-Men is a 3. Okay. And yeah, I give it a 3 as well, and it's going at my number 29 spot. So, what happens now? We have our list is complete.
Mm-hmm.
Not much changed in the top 10 since the last movie that went in the top 10 of ours was Blade,
Okay. Okay.
and the rest like they stood down. So, uh, right now my top 10 after towards the end of this list is Turtles, RoboCop, The Mask, Batman, RoboCop 2, The Crow, Superman 2, Blank Man, Men in Black, and Blade. And yours is RoboCop, Turtles, RoboCop 2, Batman, Toxic Avenger, Superman 2, The Mask, Men in Black, Blank Man, and Blade.
Do you have a in the top 10
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah.
What is your most surprising top 10?
Blank Man.
For me, still Blank Man. Yeah.
Blank Man held the test of time. The Mask I knew was gonna be a high on my list because I love that movie. The Blank Man is the one that I thought like I didn't think it was gonna be a bad movie. Rewatching it again, I remember really enjoying the movie. I just didn't think it would just be held up like this long. Like I said last week, the Tales from the Crypt Demon Knight. I didn't think that would be that high in this list.
That's is also true. It's also true.
And that one's in I think both ours 11s or 12s. The most disappointing? Which one's your most disappointing?
You know what it, yo, you already know.
I know which one's yours, Spawn.
Spawn is the most disappointing on this entire list because I thought it was good. I went back and now I can't stand it.
Yeah, I'll say that one too because like we said, you hired a martial artist in the movie. They just have him shoot guns. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yes, it's sad.
Yeah, so we finished this list, and we're gonna move on to the next. So with the next list, we are keeping the X-Men and Unbreakable scores, so they're gonna stay where they're at. So we already have 2 movies on the list for the next runs, which I'm just gonna separate these. All right, so where's Unbreakable?
Also, I'm taking points away from Storm's accent going in and out in this movie because Halle Berry, she tried to have an accent.
Yeah.
And you could hear it. Just sometimes it sounds like she got one. Sometimes it sounds like she don't got one. Like, what you doing? Oh,
yeah.
Nah.
So, going on to the next movie of our list of the new list is going to be the new list. So this is going to be what I called it. I actually had a name for it. Where is it? I called it The Verdict Comic Books Shop Theater. 22 years of comic book movies. So again, we're going straight through Unbreakable and X-Men 2000, and we are going to be watching the movie Monkey Bone.
Does not sound familiar. Who's in that?
Brendan Fraser, I believe.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So that'll be our movie for the comic book theater. And yes, it will be superhero comic book movies. The rules are it has to be a U.S. theater release, so it has to be in the theaters. It cannot be a straight to DVD movie, so we're not going to do those. It's because the list is extremely long, so I had to eliminate things that are not in theaters. It has to have a comic book base. Something it has to be based off a comic book, or has a superhero kind of a story. So it doesn't really have to be a legit superhero like a costume hero, but it has to have a superhero kind of vibe to a story and stuff like that. And then it has to be live action, so no animation. Because then this
Yes,
will
sir.
go over 300.
Yeah, yeah. You right. You
Yeah.
right.
And
Although
shout outs to
I'm just gonna say it might have been a better movie, a better list, because all them DC movies would be on it.
yeah, all those animations and stuff like that. Shout out to Commander Farrell. He's actually on the chat, and he was saying with Ghostbusters does not count in our list. Is the reason why it doesn't count in our list is because it's not based on a comic book. It's original,
cool.
original story and things like that. So we don't count Ghostbusters in it. But yes, because he's commenting, and so I answered him. So yes,
I see he agrees with me. That Holly Berry Storm was awful.
Oh, she was terrible. I hated her little her one liners.
I'm telling you the accent phasing in and out.
Yeah.
Whenever she was talking to people in crucial scenes.
Yeah.
Was bugging me beyond belief.
Yeah.
It made me upset.
Yeah. That and
I couldn't do it. You ever wonder what happens to a frog when it gets hit by lightning?
Oh yes.
Boom, everything else.
I hated that.
I
hated
that. Was whack. That was whack. Because what happened to him when he got hit with lightning is he flew away. That doesn't happen when you get hit with. Come on, man. Yo. There was so much in this movie. It just made me mad in the fight scenes. I'm telling you, dude. Why did Storm's lightning throw Sabretooth out of that building like that?
Yeah.
I hate it. Oh. She could have just blew him away with the wind.
But yeah. So yes. So we go into our next list of we got a shit ton of movies. So we're gonna be on this list for quite some time. So Monkey Bone will be the next movie on our list. And yes, Spawn is seriously disappointing. Yes, it is. Ghostbusters did not make our list because it is considered a comedy horror, and is not based off a comic book. And it's not considered a superhero. And I actually thought about putting it in anyway, but I did not because it did not fit the criteria we had. So yeah, didn't make it.
It's all good.
I just explaining it anyway. We'll wrap this up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Again, Monkey Bone is the next movie. It's a weird movie. I remember seeing that really fucked up, and it's a weird movie.
PG-13. Okay. All right.
Anyway,
Listen.
yes, let's wrap this up.
All right. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better I Swear podcast. Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram. That is YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And we have a WordPress. So check it out. We were at Merc.
Follow me on Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Twitch, all Merc the Mic. Follow our Spotify. It's the easiest way to listen to all our casts. And also, you can rate our cast. So give us 5 stars, or we'll find you. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
He's hungry.
He's on the chat. You could ask him where he's at, so you can follow him.
And if you don't give us 5 stars, he's gonna get you.
Oh yeah, he'll bite you. He bites. I've seen it. Peace out. Laters.